In the heart of American South, a city once known chiefly for its music now finds itself at the center of a different kind of transformation. Today, we journey through Nashville, Tennessee to explore the evolving landscape of gentrification using the elements of critical thought: purpose, question, information, concepts, assumptions, implications, point of view, and conclusions. Our purpose is to understand how shifting investment, policy, and population flows have reshaped neighborhoods like East Nashville, North Nashville, and the nations, and what these changes reveal about power, history, and belonging in an urban ecosystem.
3, 2, 1. We begin with our central question. How has gentrification unfolded in Nashville over time, and who gains and who loses in this process? To answer, we turn to the city's history. For decades, Black communities along Jefferson Street have faced neglect, highway construction, and urban renewal projects that destroyed homes and businesses. Later, as Nashville branded itself as a booming destination, music city, developers and newcomers began acquiring property in these historic neighborhoods. New apartments, entertainment venues, and upscale shops replaced old buildings. While this raised property values, it also raised the cost of living that many longtime residents could not sustain.
To understand this dynamic, we must examine the key concepts. In Nashville, gentrification is not just simply the renovation of worn-down houses.
It is a process in which wealthier, often white arrivals move into historically Black and working-class districts, altering the cultural fabric, the economy, and even the sounds of the streets. Intertwined with this are the legacies of redlining, discriminatory lending, and mid-century highway projects that weakened Black home ownership and business stability. Seen together, these forces form the ecological backdrop against which present-day gentrification emerges less as an isolated event and more as the latest chapter in a long history of unequal development. Beneath these patterns lie powerful assumptions. City plans frequently rest on the belief that new construction and higher property values are inherently beneficial, that every fresh restaurant or luxury complex signals progress for the whole community. Yet a closer look reveals that rising taxes and rents can displace residents whose ties to these neighborhoods span generations. The unspoken assumption that people can simply move outward without cost to their social networks, churches, or local shops overlooks the intricate web of relationships that sustain community life. Questioning such assumptions allows us to see the difference between growth that includes and growth that erases.
From here, we consider the implications and the consequences. If this trend continues in Nashville, we may see deeper spatial and economic divides within the low-income and Black residents, pushing them further from the core, transit, and opportunities within the city.
Cultural landscapes and long-standing businesses may gradually give way to a city shaped more for visitors and new, wealthier residents, subtly reshaping the identity of entire districts. Alternatively, if the city adopts tools such as affordable housing policies, community land trust, and resident-led planning, a different future becomes possible, one in which reinvestment and preservation coexist, and neighborhoods can be renewed without displacing the communities that have long defined them.
Ecological study must consider multiple points of view. In Nashville, longtime residents often experience gentrification as a slow loss. Familiar faces disappearing, leases not renewed, and property taxes skyrocketing. Developers, however, may see the same streets as a landscape of opportunity to improve underused land and capture new markets. City officials must juggle visions of growth, tax revenue, and national recognition. Critical thinking allows us to listen most carefully to those voices historically marginalized in planning decisions, recognizing that the vantage point from a luxury rooftop bar is very different from the view at a kitchen table where an eviction notice has just arrived.
When we weave together purpose, questions, information, concepts, assumptions, implications, and perspectives, we arrive at a more nuanced conclusion. Gentrification in Nashville is neither a simple story of decay cured by investment, nor a single act of displacement. It is an unfolding process rooted in historical inequities and present-day choices. New development can repair long-neglected infrastructure and expand services. Yet, without intentional safeguards, it frequently dislodges those who have the deepest roots in the land. Like any evolving habitat, the city reflects both natural change and human design. In the end, Nashville's story of gentrification is a story about who gets to remain, who's asked to move, and whose history is preserved in the built environment. As observers and as residents, we are called to think like careful field scientists, to question our assumptions, to trace cause and effect, and to center the lives of those most affected by change. Only then can the city's growth resemble a healthy, balanced ecosystem, one in which the future is built not over its communities, but with them.